Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, where we are continuing in the second case of the game, the Imprisoned Turnabout. Hopefully we'll be finishing up very soon. If not today, then maybe in the next episode. Alright, Judge Courtney's reasoning. I shared my reasoning with you the day before. Since Mr. Albert did not see the body when he passed through the tunnel, he could only have been dropped down the well during the show. The only one who could have performed such an act is the suspect. Judge Courtney has not thoroughly examined the courtyard like we have. So there's a bit of a gap in our argument, right? I should review the evidence we obtained in the courtyard. Alright, let me just look through the evidence. Got the tunnel. Autopsy, died instantly from a stab to the neck. The chisel. Dogen spells are custom made, only to exist. The knife has been confiscated. Simon used this for the show. Someone switched the waste with the body. Circuit breaker was off for like 3 hours or something. Okay. Alright, let's press. Couldn't it be possible that Albert just failed to notice the body? Miss Assistant's assistant, did you also enter the home? Huh? How'd you know? I noticed that there was some mud stuck on your lovely hair ornament yesterday. Wow, she's very observant. Yeah. That's amazing. Your powers of observation would even put a great thief to shame. In the name of the goddess of law, answer me truthfully. If there were a dead body in that tunnel, would it have escaped your notice? Well, the thing is, yeah. I think I would have noticed something like that. Do you understand now? Mr. Albert did not see the body. Okay. Dropped down the well during the show. The body was dropped down the well during the show. I'd like to hear your reasoning for this. The day before the show, Mr. Albert lent the key to Mr. Knightley. The key to Knightley's cell, huh? Mr. Knightley escaped from his cell with the key and entered the cage Mr. Key had prepared. Keys. Mr. Keyes then moved the cage to the courtyard and proceeded to murder Mr. Knightley. The next day, when Mr. Albert passed through the tunnel, he did not come across the body. Please wait a minute. That doesn't seem right at all. Wasn't there a sweet smell in the tunnel? Mr. Knightley must have passed through it. Mr. Knightley passed through the tunnel after Mr. Albert did. Mr. Albert passed through the tunnel at the start of the show. However, the body wasn't found until the end of the show. Which is why you believe the body was dropped during the show. Yes, and there is only one person who could have carried out this act. The only one who could have performed such an act is the suspect. There is no one else who could have committed the murder. I heard that Miss Barry was present on stage at all times. A great number of the prisoners were also watching the show. Even the prisoners who did not see it have sufficient alibis. How about the guards? Along with the warden, nearly everyone was watching the show. But there must have been a chance for even one of them to approach the well. During the show, none of the guards left their posts. That much is certain. They all testified as such. Ugh, she's left no room for oversight. Do you finally admit that only Simon Keyes could have been the criminal? Judge Courtney has not thoroughly examined the courtyard. Okay. it has to be this. I'm just trying to... Is it this? The device? That makes sense to me. I mean, she doesn't know about that. Nope. Judge Courtney, did you have a problem with that statement just now? Should I have a problem with it? Yes, you should, dang it. Exactly, because there's no problem at all. Oh, okay, so this is not it. In that case, you should have refrained from speaking in the first place, Binks. I'm sorry. I just love how they describe how they the words, the letters that they use whenever he makes these like sounds. It's super funny. I didn't think that left a good impression. So I thought that was the right thing, but maybe the wrong statement? Let me try here. That's annoying. It's hard to know which statement is correct, but let's try it here. Okay, really? Alright, fine. Whatever. I still think the other one would have worked. Unfortunately for you, Judge Courtney, your argument doesn't hold any water. Just like the well. Oh, bird! There was a device set up around the well here. What is this device of which you speak? Are you aware of the stunt in which Mr. Keyes is blown away by the elephant during the show? I have heard of it. It would have been right before he exits the stage. He tied one end of a length of rope to himself, and the other end to a set of weights. He was able to perform the stunt by dropping these weights down the well. Oh, Sebastian. Wouldn't he have spent the whole place suspended up in the air? That's why he had a stopper attached to the weighted end. The stopper was removed by pulling another rope. Around the well, we found evidence that the weights were switched with the victim's body. This was done by the real killer in order to shift suspicion away from them. Judging from the time of death, the murder was carried out in the early morning of the show. The true criminal had until the time the show started to set up the device. But didn't Simon Keyes make that thing? And since he was also the one who used it, he is the best suspect. Don't you agree? If Mr. Keyes were the murderer, he would not have needed to do that. Miss Berry? Yes? Was there anyone else who knew of the device he set up? Well, let me see. Since we had to get everything about our show approved by the people here at the prison, I'd say there were others who knew about it. And there you have it. Uh-oh. I see. You have indeed performed a thorough investigation, which is why I'm even further perplexed. Why do you not use your efforts for justice? My actions are not just. Who made that decision? You cannot understand even that, even now? Providing support to a defense attorney, despite being a prosecutor. It is quite unnatural. This goes against the rules. I am merely choosing to do what I think is right at this particular time. I travel down the road I have chosen. Your comprehension does not matter in the least. However, if anyone intends to interfere, it will show no mercy. Yeah! Perhaps this is a calling from the goddess of law. If you intend to rebel against her divine will, I will have no choice but to hand down my verdict. Pay heed to my words. I have one more reason to suspect Simon Keyes of murder. Oh, here we go. Round... how many rounds have we gone against this woman? This is round 8? 9? Reason for suspicion. If the body came from the courtyard, how was Mr. Knightley brought here from the detention center? Only Simon Keyes could have provided such an opportunity. Because of this fact, I find it most difficult to suspect any other party of this crime. While Simon Keyes was moving supplies for the show, he visited Mr. Knightley's cell. Does that not strike you as odd? Why else would he have brought a large covered cage with him?
Oh, that does seem pretty suspicious.
Mr. Keyes was merely that kind of person. It is entirely possible that he carelessly brought it there. If that is possible, then it is also possible that he was assisting in the escape. Am I wrong? I suppose I must refute her theory with evidence. Okay. The body came through the courtyard. How was Knightley brought here? Mr. Keyes was not the only one with the opportunity. Okay, I needed a hint for where they want me to go with this. If I can prove that with evidence, I can break this deadlock. So we're trying to refute the third statement? This one. They provided such an opportunity. I mean, the circuit breaker is suspicious. I mean, we don't know who had that opportunity because it was 3 hours of time that anything could have happened. So I'm not sure which one I can use. I'm gonna try the footage, and then if not that, then I'm gonna try the circuit breaker. Okay. Mr. Keyes wasn't the only one who had the opportunity. Who else could have had the opportunity? The timestamp on the security camera is off by 3 hours. This means there was a 3-hour gap in time. During that time, anyone could have done it. If that were the case, then the murderer would have created the gap in time intentionally. It would not have been a simple camera failure. Are you saying that is possible? It's possible if you had access to this. Okay, so this is how we're going. Circuit breaker, yeah. In this courtyard, we found the circuit breaker for the security camera. And it was possible to access the breaker room both before and after the murder. What? Unfortunately, it appears that you have fallen short of your intentions. Uh-oh.
Mr. Edgeworth hasn't fallen short of anything.
So, can you explain how the murderer obtained the key to the breaker room? Oh yeah, that's right. It was locked, wasn't it? The warden hangs onto the key, right? The breaker room has great importance, even in a prison. There is no one who would be able to obtain the key so easily. Oh, here we go. And so... well, I can't think of someone. What did you say? This person, the murderer, was able to get the key. They didn't even need to steal it. There can't be anyone like that. Besides, the breaker to the electrified fence is in that room too. Only one person could have done this. I didn't want to believe it myself, but I trust that my logic is sound. The person who used the key to enter the breaker room is the one person who had the key. There she is, Patricia Rowland. The murderer is... Oh, Missile just reacted, so that's a sign. Warden Rowland. Oh my, what an energetic little puppy. That's because this dog is extremely fond of sweets. It seems to detect a sweet scent on you. Oh heavens no, I'm not even wearing perfume or anything of the sort. What the dog detects is the sweet scent of death. Oh, nice. How poetic. However, does that not imply that I committed a murder? That's what I think. What? The warden is the murderer. Mr. Edgeworth, are you serious about your statement? Oh, she's the type who would do that laugh. How amusing. The very thought of a warden committing a murder. It sounds like something out of a mystery novel. Precisely. Your reasoning is in contempt. Nothing of the sort. I did not want to believe it myself, but based on the evidence, I have no choice but to believe it. This evidence proves that Warden Rowland is the murderer. Other than the circuit breaker? What are we going with? There's in roll call. I mean, he did just mention the sweet scent thing, so... What's this? No. Where does it talk about the sweet scent? Because the way that Missile reacted to her was the big clue. Oh, here we go. Has a sweet scent. There we go. The smell gave you away. As you can plainly see, the cute dog looks very scary right now. Someone has taken notice. This police dog. He tracked a sweet smell that came from the body. And right now he is telling us that the same scent is also on Warden Rowland. Have you even taken a shower, lady? You're a cruel one to accuse me of murder based on something like that. Right, Justine, darling. It appears that Judge Courtney has reached the same conclusion as I have. Mr. Edgeworth, this couldn't have been just a coincidence, could it? The key to the breaker room and the same scent on the body. If it were only one, it could have been seen as such. It appears we have reached a conclusion. We should now listen to what the warden has to say. Indeed, until we do, we cannot close this case. Oh my goodness, everyone with such scary faces. So I'm the only one who could have been the murderer. That just cannot be. Oh boy. What you got to say? Why I can't be the killer? What's with the question mark? I heard all about the case from Justine Darling here. Had I committed the murder, it would have taken place inside the holding cell. But I couldn't have moved the body. I never went into the prison. I was caught up in my work. Up until the show, I was stuck in my office. Check up on it if you like. You'll find there's no record of me entering the prison. I don't know what reasoning you had, but I can say for sure. I find it weird. If you're accused of murder, I think the first thing a person would normally do is say, why? What was my motive, right? The fact that she's going like, oh, well, I couldn't possibly, I was in my office. You know, like, she's talking about the methods and the movements, but she's not talking about the motive. So that's weird to me. I don't know what reasoning you had, but I can say for sure, I cannot be the killer.
But Missile barked at you, pal. You've got to be the culprit.
Oh heavens, it's not possible. I already told you I never went to the prison. If you think I'm lying, why don't you check the records? She wants us to check the records. She sure does seem confident. For now, all we can do is listen to her and try to draw out more information. I do hope you understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay. Heard from Justine. Okay.
The murder occurred inside the cell. How can you be so certain about that? Well, everywhere else would have been under surveillance, right? And the victim's blood was found there too. That blood was actually from when he was struck by Albert, but I don't think it's necessary to inform her of this fact. That doesn't mean it's proven, you do know that. But I see no contradictions in assuming the crime scene was at the detention center.
Shouldn't I move the body? I never went into the prison.
You never went into the prison. Do you have any proof of this? My, can't you wait for me to finish?
Oh, okay. Caught up in your work. You were in your office. That seems important.
You were in your office the whole time. Nothing strange happened. Nope, nothing at all. Were you looking for something? I'm not too good at tidying up. I always forget where I put everything. The other day, I even lost track of an important piece of evidence.
She did mention that she was talking to one of the guards, I think. Is there anything in here about that? Gate. No. Is the floor plans? The interesting thing, this is the first time we've actually talked about her office because it's labeled here on the map, but we never really discussed it. It is right next to the courtyard, though. So, but the fact that we know that a lot happened in the courtyard with his body in the well and all of that is very suspicious. I mean, she said she didn't go to the prison, but I don't think she had to. You know, if it happened in the holding cell or whatever, somehow she went through her office rather than going through the prison, you know? So, I don't know about the missing evidence, though.
How could you have made such a grave error? If someone were to take something from me, I wouldn't even notice it the entire year. I guess it will be hard to attack with the key to the breaker room. On the day of the incident, I was working in my office and searching for lost items. In other words, I couldn't have gone to the prison even if I had wanted to.
Check up on it if you like. You'll find a record. I don't think you had to go into the prison. I think what we need to go with is what I mentioned a minute ago about she didn't need to go into the prison. Is it here? No? Nope.
What's this?
Got my attention so badly.
No, I didn't mean... I'll give you as many hugs as you like. Run, Miles, run! She'll kiss you too! Okay. Seems that I'm in danger. I should withdraw for now.
Okay, never went into the prison. Let me at least press this one then.
You did not enter the prison from the entrance. But what if there was another route?
Oh my, are you suggesting something like a secret passage? Here we go. Okay, I thought it would have been on the statement before this, but I guess not.
I don't know if anything like that exists. It is my firm belief you did possess an alternate route. That route was neither the entrance nor a secret passage.
It's right here. Okay.
The route you used was
From here, the courtyard, obviously. Like right there.
the barbed wire fence. You would have moved nightly to your office first. This office leads directly to the garden side of the courtyard. If you had moved through here and past the barbed wire fence, you would have arrived at the prison without passing through the entrance or a tunnel.
Yep.
I wonder what Mr. Edgeworth is saying. Haven't you noticed there's a high voltage current running through the fence?
No, not if you had the thing turned off, right? Did she already turn off the breaker?
Yeah, obviously she couldn't have passed through it like that. The current to the fence could be switched off at the breaker room. And you were the only one who had the key, Warden Roland. Most amusing. However, the breaker room is located on the prison side of the courtyard. How would the warden have accessed it from the detention center? Ah, quite right. Gotcha there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, that's, you have a point.
If there is no record of her passing through the prison entrance, it would not have been possible for her to turn off the fence's breaker.
Yeah.
But Warden Roland was the only one who had access.
Don't let this faze you, Miles.
But if I don't have a solution for this, she'll get away.
No, Uncle Ray never said don't think, you know. It's just not good to be so stubborn about it, that's all.
But no matter how you think about it, Warden Roland couldn't have done this alone.
I wonder what he's thinking about, but we will have to find out in the next episode. Alright, I think we're almost there now that we've identified the possible murderer. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day.